You're listening to episode 19 of Laxin at the Lair with your host,
Chuck Gibson.
And your other host, myself, Truffles, and our very special guest this evening,
Black and White Motion Picture.
Woo!
Greetings, everybody. We are Black and White Motion Picture. Let's do it.
Cross your name off your lips. Take that song off your hips. Do you think that I feel
How you guys feeling tonight? Good. Love the silence. Thumbs up. That was great. Gil, I hardly recognized you.
He's not paying attention. Dad.
So Gil, I hardly recognized you. I thought you were like just some random dude that walked in. Okay, guys, here's another song by us that Rory's singing. Let's do it. We're at the inevitable moment where I take off these fucking glasses because I can't see my fucking pedal board. Here we go, guys. didn't even have to look at the lyrics for that one, which is normally not the case. Well, anyway, let's do a happy song now. Thank you. How's the game, everybody? Never mind. Don't spoil it for Connor. You guys ready for another happy song? All right, cool. Well, let's do it again. More happy. This is gonna be on our new album coming up very soon.
This is my
Not soon
favorite
enough.
song.
This is Rory's favorite song. Let's rock and roll.
I'm leaving and you hate this box.
Hello, dude, cell phone recording. Hello, internet. Welcome to Black and White Motion Picture Show. Shut up. All right, this next song was written by Tony. I'm not sure if it's a happy song or not, but it's a really good song, so we're gonna play it. Those of you keeping score at home, I really mucked up some lyrics there. It's all right. That's the magic of live music. Not so much magic and more like, oops, I was looking at the game. Going on to the depressing part of the set. Take shots if you got them.
hardly blame me. Just tell me the truth. I'm not working like I should. Just tell me the truth. Not working like I should.
That was one of the songs you funded, just so you know. This is an oldie but a goodie.
Different name. washed-down details and blurry faces. Pale gray, filling up those spaces.
Thank you, everyone. If you like our tunes, check us out on Spotify or wherever you stream music. We also have shirts and CDs and stickers and things for sale. There's also a... What? Oh.
Black and white motion picture, but make sure the "and" is the little...
Ampersand.
That, ampersand.
Go grab a sticker. Stickers are free. Go get one. Go get one, random guy.
We love you, guy.
Thank you, random guy. What? Sure. What's your name, random guy? Asher? Welcome to the show, Asher. Did you just wander in here? Did you know what was going on? Well, thank God you're here. Thank you, everybody. Well, Asher, we got one more. And it would be improper for me to introduce, or you introduce yourself when I introduce everyone else. Over here is Tony on the guitar. Over here is Corey on the guitar. Over here is Rory on bass and vocals. And then back there is Connor.
And this is Josh on lead.
Thank you.
Man, you guys killed it. Woo, introduce yourselves.
One Secarino, because I have to do the sponsors.
Oh, wait a minute. Sponsors first.
We've done this podcast every Sunday for like 2 years, and he did this
3.
for a year before I showed up.
That would have been 4.
This episode is sponsored by Demi's Animal Rescue, CalOrigin and Thrift Store, and Electric Grenade Photography. You ready for...
And you forgot Jack Daniels, and no, just kidding.
All right. Please introduce yourselves.
Please, yes. I'll make it really excited.
Hi, I'm Rory Martin, and I play the bass and sing backup vocals.
I'm Josh. I lead singer and play guitar, and sometimes play lead guitar.
I'm Tony. I play guitar. I'm Connor Giblets. I play the drums and have opinions.
And was the only person that liked that I played Mudvayne.
I'm Corey
did like
Nagel, and I play the guitar as well.
I feel like we're on a dating game.
Yeah.
And I'm Tony. And
You're a guitarist. We asked.
No. So, how long you guys been together?
Well, me and Tony have been doing this. We're kind of the original members. What was it, like 4 or 5 years now? Something like that?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, we've been doing this about 4 or 5 years now. We were in a band previous to this, and it just kind of fell apart. And him and I just one night we're or one morning we decided to play gay bar, and that kind of just roped a whole band together. We got our old drummer Bart because he also loved that song, and gay bar basically brought us together.
The Electric Six song?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the one.
I was thinking
Not the various ones within walking distance of us.
Oh, the Roxy.
We would love to
That
play
was a
it there,
different
though.
place.
Not
Any of them.
specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so about 5 years, short answer.
Very nice.
Oh, I forgot.
Essentially, how did everybody meet? Because if you two have been playing for 5 years, how did the conglomerate
Well,
come to be a rock?
Me and Tony met at Breckenridge Brewery, and when I saw his beautiful eyes, him and I just fell in love.
It was love at first sight.
Oh, we met on the bottling line? God.
Yeah, we worked in packaging on the bottling line together.
Tony, what's that?
We should have been on the bottling line together.
No,
We
from
still-
Wayne's World when they put the glove on
Oh
the
yeah,
bottle.
it's Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, yeah,
at the beginning.
Laverne and
Schlemiel, Schlemazel.
Some close.
Another Wayne's World reference.
And
keep
then
making
I met Josh here for the first time, like probably 5 or 6 years ago.
Yep.
I played my first show here, and he was playing with Black and White Motion Pictures. And then we were in bands together. And then he was like, join this one. And I said, sure, you need a third guitar player.
You're replacing a keyboard player, so yeah.
Yeah.
Good choice.
And then
Get
I've
a guitar player.
I've been with them for like, I think I just hit 2 years. I saw Black and White Motion Picture play at Moe's Barbecue with my parents. And yeah, I don't know, I loved their band, and then all of a sudden they lost their female vocalist and their bass player, and they were like, we need someone. So I actually just came to Josh as like the female vocalist. I was like, oh, I want to fill this position. And then I was like, I think I could learn bass for you guys. So then I learned bass for them.
It's pretty sick.
But also, her parents are part of Sunrise Drive, so shout out to Sunrise Drive.
Shout out to Sunrise
Still
Drive,
sitting at the
hooking
bar
me
over
up.
Of course, they're on guard.
So check out Sunrise Drive while
You
you're
look
at
good,
it.
by the way. You know, long time no see.
I miss the hair.
Yeah,
I do too.
What do you mean, long time no see?
I don't. I only do the podcast. I don't work here as much anymore. I'm a day walker.
And Connor.
I met you all on Craigslist, where all great meetings happen.
Looking for a sub drummer.
After Bart quit. But it's all cool because he sold me the drum head that has the band logo on it. Thanks, Bart.
We're just super happy he didn't murder us, honestly. So
But there had been signs.
We still are.
We
The Craigslist thing alone is a red flag.
kind of jumped ahead a little bit, but how did you guys find out about the Lions Lair? I mean, what brought you here?
I think I was talking to a band called, was it Zealot? And Zealot was booking a bunch of shows, and I was just like, how are these guys doing this? And so I messaged him, and he's like, check out these venues, and one of them was Lions Lair, so we emailed Demi, and she threw us on a bill, and
She
we
listens
played
to
here.
everything. God
What was that?
bless. She listens to everything. God bless her.
Oh, good.
I mean, it's really
A lot-
hard because you get like 100 emails
Oh,
a
yeah.
day.
I'm gonna say, being part of like the promotional booking, everything. A lot of people have a lot of comments like, "Well, they're just doing this or blah blah blah." But no, we literally have meetings, and we're like, we have 1,200 emails to go through and 3 months of booking, and then people fall through at the last second, and there's like so many variables. But you know, when I used to work here, I used to see your guys' band all the time. I was like, they're sick. So it's cool to
Appreciate
see you guys
that.
still doing
Yeah,
it.
thanks, dude.
But I'm just coming to Demi's defense because she's fucking trying.
Yeah, I believe that. Demi's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
But
So, but yeah, hit up Demi.
Yeah.
She put us on a bill, and now we play here every so often. I love it.
yeah,
So much charm, and I don't know. You walk in here, you're like, fuck yeah.
So-
At least I do anyway.
Lions Lair booking at gmail.com.
yeah.
And Demi is the booking girl. And
And if you're
Have
underage,
patience.
please let us know before we book you because we'll still book you.
then throw
But
your
it's
ass out.
more awkward when it's in the moment.
Should we have told you before the show?
It was
Just
one of the-
slightly, because we can make it work.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Tony
Tony
here
is
the
only
tender
fucking
age of
19.
14.
Which
That's right. We grow
I have
up
to
so
give him a ride
fast.
home.
Sorry, Chuck Gibson is 14. He's part of the owner, but
Would you say you're a hair model?
I
before
look
this?
pretty good for 14.
yeah.
Yeah, I was
He's
a
a
hair
stand-in
model.
for
They
Richard
wanted
Dreyfuss
Me, they wanted me
in
bald.
Jaws. How'd you find out about Lair? Just through everybody else? Or?
I'm trying to remember if I came here before playing with my last band, but I suspect no.
What was your last band?
Total Flower Chaos.
Sounds pretty
Yeah,
familiar.
we played 2 or 3 times here, and it was just always a great place to play. Because people come here because it's worth coming to. And I play in bands where, we only have so many friends, so it's hard to get people to the gig.
Yeah.
We actually kind of have regulars that show up that they don't give a shit. Like, what band's playing? They're here.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Nobody would book me with my very first band. So I was just sitting
And the
out
Lair did.
so many emails, and then the Lair finally did. They booked me with him, and that's how I found out.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
so-
you gotta earn it though. It's true.
Tony's played in a
100%.
lot of bands. He's
I
been
have,
coming
a lot of
here
years.
for a lot of years. But I am a stand-up comedian. But I started in that booth when I was like 17. So like literally I'd come on the open mic, and then immediately he'd kick us out. Or if it was cold, he'd make us stand outside, come in, do our 5 minutes, and then leave. But yeah, we try to be like supportive and open to everybody, but
Yeah.
still be a dick.
So,
Sunset Drive.
how long have you been together
Yeah, 'cause I
as
was
a
a
band?
band.
Everybody together.
I think about a year.
About a year.
I joined.
You joined like the winter time.
I joined August, September 2023.
Okay, so like a year and a half.
Right?
A
year
little
and a
under
half.
a year and a half.
Because
Yeah.
I was like, if you say yes to me, I'm about to go drive in the desert for a month. So
Oh, yeah.
if that's a
I
deal
forgot
breaker, you
about
gotta
that.
let me know.
You joined the band and immediately disappeared for a month.
Well, I mean, as long as you're like open about it, like, hey, I'm not gonna ghost you, but I do listen to Coast to Coast.
Yeah, that never happens to me.
We did have Bart quit, and like we were in between drummers for about a month or two, so we just kept meeting up and writing songs. So the fact that he's here for like 2 weeks and then disappeared, it was like, okay, well, we'll get it soon.
Yeah, we trust that he's coming back.
Exactly.
That's why I'm starting a dark wave band. Just have a drum machine and myself.
Shut up. I will not be there.
Playing guitar, sir.
Oh shit, I forgot.
The drum machine just doesn't show up.
It got lost in the mail.
The drum machine's posting racist stuff on 4chan.
Yeah,
The drum machine's
I don't
still
know
off
how we got
time.
arms.
You're forced to part
It'll be
ways.
like, what's wrong with the drum machine? The chord's in gel.
Yeah, you like speed.
Yeah.
He's got some
The
cord
one
coming
pad's,
over the
broke
Marianas
its arm.
Trench.
Drummers are hard to find. You're a really good drummer, by the way. I really
Thank
liked
you.
your drumming. It was
Drumming makes me
amazing.
nervous, so
Yeah.
it's a
good
weird
thing.
choice.
It's a good nerve. Okay, you gonna ask the next
No, I
question?
thought you were gonna say more words, but I can. Yeah.
No.
So
We've been working
either
on this.
individually or as a band, we normally ask the next question is like the craziest show you've ever done, either together or separate.
Been together years.
Whether it be here touring, and then it's normally like a 2-part question of the first show you ever got paid to do, whether it be as a band or individually. So
Now you put too many in it.
I guess I'll just go first then. I think it's not the craziest show, but it was the weirdest show. I don't know if you have the same answer, but we were playing in front of Casa Bonita. And,
We were literally in the parking lot. Yeah, that was
literally in
going
the
to be my
parking lot
answer.
outside Casa Bonita. And then
go see the Puerto Rican
Were
food
you-
truck.
Were
was
you
weird.
busking or actually making money?
we were not making any money.
You're busking.
And then, like, right in the middle of our set, a car tried to start a mosh pit, and he's still getting charged for manslaughter. Just kidding. There's a car that
Yeah.
drove through the area, though. It's kind of strange.
Sounds like the enchiladas at Casa Bonita.
That's the only thing you could eat.
Yeah,
Anyway,
being charged for manslaughter.
Well, that's cool. So you played out in front of Casa Bonita.
that's right. It was, yeah, definitely the strangest show I've ever played.
People are like walking up, like, do I give my change to this band or the wishing well?
He worked there.
Yeah, I was a diver.
He was the last
Goals.
diver. Full and empty.
My boyfriend's entire family is actually banned, lifetime ban from Casa Bonita.
Whoa. They have a $10
one of his
million sewage problem.
One of his
That's a lot.
cousins jumped from the balcony into one of the pools Lifetime ban.
Yeah.
I've
Not gonna
always
lie,
wanted
I've
to
thought
do
about that so many times. Every time I'm there, I'm like, I want to do it.
They never caught him though. He was out the door and was soaking wet, like run.
I was on the art department that like helped reopen Casa Bonita, but I'm also like born and raised here. So, however, my entire family is like on the wall because they needed a bunch of
86.
photos of like not white people. And I was like, my grandma just died. Here's my dead grandpa. Here's my whole dead like Mexican family.
Probably it wasn't like a during the wake photo.
He's got an ofrenda going. It's fine.
No, it was all them young and
Dark humor didn't last.
yeah.
With a little makeup,
PS,
I could make the wall of shame.
No, it's not that, motherfucker. But Casa Bonita has a $10 million sewer problem.
Yikes.
And the city is like, we're not paying for that. And they're like, why are we paying for it?
We've seen with all the food.
Because
It
South
was bound to
Park.
happen with all that food.
Yeah.
Those fucking
I went and saw that
enchiladas.
documentary, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, they didn't anyways.
Is there a documentary on Casa Bonita?
Yeah, and I went to the movie theater and saw it. And they're like, yeah, the fucking cook lady and the other guy hooked up. And I was like, craziest show? First show.
Pretty racist.
It really wasn't all that crazy, but we're out in like a horse pasture. We opened for Reno Divorce. And Reno Divorce are great, by the way. Yeah, they were sweet and they were like super nice to us and stuff. But yeah, it was a very strange show. We were like right in front of a horse pasture. Where
Yeah, there was like another farmer's market that we got.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It's like I knew somebody who knew somebody who's like, you're in a band.
Can you do a Adios Goodbyes
Was
cover?
it in Colorado?
Goodbye Horses?
Yeah, I was in Erie. Middle of nowhere, Erie. But also like the
We know
first.
about the middle of nowhere.
Tell them about our first gig, Tony, that we got paid for.
Our first gig, what was it? It was Lost Lake. Yeah, and so we played the show. It was exciting. I never played a show before, and then we got paid $15. We were all very excited. Like
Yeah, it
how,
was-
the
How
full
old were
wage.
you? How old are you?
30.
Yeah, for
No,
sure.
wait a minute. This is important. Was it $15 each or
No,
15
no, it's
as
overall.
a band?
Amongst the whole band.
This
And
was
how many were in the band?
4 at the time.
So a lot of money each.
Yeah, it
So
was this is the first
$2.50.
black and white motion picture show, and like we didn't even think we got paid. We're like sitting in the back of the venue,
Sick. We got exposure.
and Narcissa came and was like, "Oh, here's your cut," and I freaked out. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I was so
pumped.
excited.
You're
I was so pumped.
I was finally a paid musician.
You got to remember that moment when you got handed $2.50 and said, "Congratulations, you are now a professional musician."
We have a right.
Like at Nacho Libre was like, yeah, we pay the losers.
I know.
We have people come on here and they're like, yeah, we made like $250 each, and like we're like, how old are you? And they're like,
I was 13.
after saying like they played a sold out like Bluebird show or whatever, they're like, yeah, we were like 14. It's like, how about I punch you in your fucking mouth?
Oh, it's my turn. First of all, sorry, an apology to Lions Lair for the 4 patrons who walked in and felt so awkward. They just walked right back out the door.
They're looking for Leather Daddy karaoke, but the birthday boy's not even here yet. So
there
Asher
you go.
hasn't left, and Asher's our best new fan.
Thank you, Asher. Thank you, Asher.
I don't know that I don't have a good like awkward gig story. Like I didn't start.
I had so many.
I didn't play drums for 6 years, and I picked it back up like right after I turned 30. So all my gigs are recent. But when I was a teenager, like, and I had the video camera where we filmed a bunch of horrific Jackass style stuff. Somebody filmed one of my high school shows and caught my drumming face where I went during every fill, and I'm still
Yikes.
embarrassed to make drumming face because of that. Teenage trauma is real. Stop bullying.
just be like a Drumwell Peck.
I do that on purpose because,
Like a-
you know, I used to go to the symphony when I was a kid. And, like, you got to, like...
That's why the composer's got his back to everybody.
He was like, lunch tomorrow, 2 o'clock.
But you don't make the face anymore, right?
Right?
There's like,
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking him.
there's like moments.
I was kind of making a little...
You know, maybe
a little-
maybe at Home Alone when I get really into it. But yeah, I'm on stage.
So bullying works, is what you're saying.
I'm afraid to even breathe too much because I don't want to open my mouth and be that mouth breather drummer.
There will be moments I turn around and you look kind of weird. It happened during this show.
I'm trying not to care anymore. If you know, making drumming face makes you a better drummer. So it shouldn't be fought.
If it works, it works.
I believe it. Yeah, I mean, you got to put emotion into that, right?
My first show was super awkward. It was at, I think, Root Down, and it was like a singer-songwriter thing, but I was like, yeah, I'll bring a band to this, like with some pedal boards and some hardcore songs. And we played, and it was just like not the vibe, and everyone hated it, but we made $12.
Fuck yes! And how many were in the band?
There was like 4 of us, and it was,
so you made more. You made 50 cents more than them.
yeah.
3 guitar players in that band too.
Hell
The
God.
magic number.
I was in a band called Xenophile, and it was 26 of us, and we just played drums. So it's like Xenophiles, aliens fucking, and we just literally were getting gigs where we were making like $300-400, but we had to divide it between 26 of us. But we were doing like art shows and stuff, and we'd all show up, and we'd be all like, everybody's got their black shirt on, okay, and then we pull out these plastic buckets and pots and pans and everything, and it's like 1, 2, 3. We had no idea what the hell we were doing, just like stay and beat, like rhythm.
That sounds fun.
It was a lot of fun. Actually made money. Like,
Really?
Yeah, we were getting
Must be
like
nice.
gigs for like $400 or $500, and
I
there
love
was,
that.
but there was 26 of us. And the sad thing was like every gig, everybody showed up. I'm like, really, one of you two, you could have dropped out so we could have made a little more money. But we were also hurting for money. I was a long time ago. For money, I was like, oh, we had a gig. Just bring your bucket.
Bring your bucket.
So stupid, but
You want my mumble voice?
yeah. Okay, so now it's time. Oh, go ahead.
But I didn't get to do mine.
Yeah.
No, go, Ray.
I think my first paid gig was at a brewery with my parents. And I was like 12.
She's waiting for your confirmation.
I think I'm waiting for your confirmation.
She wants to hear "I love you."
You had your daughter playing a brewery at 12 years old.
I did.
Tell me
I
you
played
love me.
piano. I played like a piano set, and I sang at a brewery when I was in middle school. But yeah, that was my first. I don't know how much I got paid, but I remember getting paid and thinking it was the coolest thing ever. So, I was not 15. I was in middle school.
Well,
Yes, I'm sure.
somebody's got to
How
learn.
much did you get? Come on, what did you get?
Probably
Enough to start a college
Probably
fund.
not a lot. But yeah, that was my first paid. I got to still live in his house.
Oh, you wanted at 72?
You got breakfast.
Good deal.
You didn't make her pay rent that month, is that what's it?
That month. I have a 9-year-old. I'm like, motherfucker. You better learn some sort of
gotta
remote
wait.
AI work.
You gotta
'cause-
wait 6 years.
But not the weird kind.
All right, so we're just switching up now because we do. The reason why I started this podcast is we are going to try to talk about the good things going on in Denver. You guys are definitely a good thing going on in Denver. And
Shucks.
my co-host here,
So-
Truff, is going to get on.
So this segment is sponsored by ABC7. And essentially, I just read the week's local headlines. And if you have any little comments, feel free to.
We show banter.
Sometimes I tell people, like, hey, just make fun of what I say. And then it's like, kid with cancer got new piano. And people are like, what am I supposed to say?
Actually, did you get him
don't
upright or
say
did you give him
anything,
like
Josh.
a little
Yeah.
Josh, do
Casio
not say
keyboard?
anything.
Yeah.
Take his microphone right now.
Did you get him
Yes,
a grand
yes.
piano or?
Well, the bad part is Pat edits in Chuck Gibson's laugh to every bad part I read.
Like a laugh track. I love this.
I'll soften the blow of my
Yeah,
This
terrible
is why he
jokes.
gets paid the big money.
Yeah.
Like-
We give him a big check, and he hasn't found out where to cash it yet. Okay, I apologize. This next segment is sponsored by ABC7 Local News. If you want to put that reverb echo in right there. Well, you're going to do it in post. All right. Far East Center awarded $250,000 grant for preservation and restoration efforts. This is
far east.
Yeah, this is on Federal and Alameda by our house.
Oh, I know that place. That place is awesome.
Yeah,
But
well,
that's west.
China Jade used to be in there, which is a fucking great ass dim sum place. Nobody would ever go in there, and you walk in and they treat you like you're royalty, you know. And now it's like a Vietnamese dim sum place, but
There's
yeah,
like a
the
giant
Far East Center is
Asian
cool.
shopping center with like 2-3 stories of just bunch of stuff. Awesome
Yeah.
place. Highly recommend it. So,
Yes.
there you go.
They have so many things. They have unlimited hot pot up in the corner.
Ooh,
Fun
love
fact
it.
for you. They also, which I don't think they should be advertising on the side of the building, casino tours.
It's a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
What else do you need?
First of all, what the hell
Blackhawk?
did they get $250,000 for? And what the
Just
hell?
renovations. The parking lot is like fucked up, and just, you know.
We need to get that number for the Lair. Like our front sidewalk needs redone.
Our ceiling is leaking.
Yikes.
Please donate to the Lions Lair GoFundMe for
$250,000.
the leaky disco ball outlet.
Nobody gives us $250,000.
I would love to have
Just
the disco
saying.
ball.
We have
I
a disco
love-
ball outlet, and it leaks.
I love disco balls while we're playing. It's
We
awesome.
have a disco ball outlet that actually spins. So fun.
But we don't know which bowl it is.
It's one of them. It's the middle one.
Tony up there spraying hairspray. All right. Somebody. All right. Yeah. Volunteer at annual Christmas tour brings holiday spirit to families in need.
It's got to be more of that.
Ba-ba-ba.
Good for them. Good for them, I guess.
He's like, yes, I'm going to come stay at your house and live with you and eat your food. And
Volunteers
give you
dedicate their
anything you
time
need.
and holiday spirit to bring Advent Health Parker and New Day Adventist Church annual Christmas tour to life. So essentially, they just set up like a very neutral religious donation space outside
the church.
Salvation Army, and then give back to the community.
Does this mean Santa isn't real?
Here's the same
it
thing.
means Santa's black.
Can we get them to set up out in front of the
Love it.
Lair, and then they can just like bring the money in when they're
No,
done
because
collecting?
the sidewalk needs
We can-
restoration.
Yeah, I know.
Look, why doesn't Santa donate? He's got it. You know he does. He's
I
cheap.
mean, he gives
If you-
presents away, so I feel like that's donating.
Not to the poor kids, he doesn't.
I guess.
Skips over their house, man. That's not
poor
right.
kids would behave.
They're on the naughty list. They know what they did.
We don't stop talking about Santa until February.
Until our kids are 10.
Very
Until
timely.
after the Super Bowl.
When did y'all find out that Santa wasn't real?
I was in 4th or 5th grade, and it was actually I'd lost another tooth. I'd lost like 3 in a week, and I told my mom, I was like, I lost another tooth, so the tooth fairy's gonna come.
She's
and then
like,
she
"Don't
was
tell the
like,
school, they're gonna send
hard,
somebody."
here's the hard truth: the tooth fairy's not real. And I was like, why would you say that to me? And I burst into tears and I sobbed for about an hour, and then I just put 2 and 2 together that she was also Santa Claus.
Did he have anything to do with it?
No, he didn't even say a word to me. He was just like,
I was about to ask him advice.
No, he used to tell me that he has the tooth fairy's phone number, because the tooth fairy is my mom. So funny.
He's not lying.
So funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't lie to me. But
a
yeah,
very
then
Santa
my
Claus
mom
thing of
told
him
me,
to
and it
do.
was hard.
I think the biggest letdown is like when you find out Santa isn't real, you're like, fuck, what about the Easter Bunny though? Like we're still
And
Mine was like, you're not
leprechauns.
going to pay my rent anymore?
See, I knew it was coming because I read enough Calvin and Hobbes to be like,
Yes.
I understand what's going on here,
So I
but I'll
should've
take the
known.
gifts.
So I should have known. I read Calvin and Hobbes.
How many Tooth Fairy dollars did you get before the lie was lifted?
I was lifted.
How much did you gross?
Probably like $50 in like tooth fairy
Well,
money.
that's pretty fucking
Oh, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
God, you have a head full of teeth there.
Yeah.
We don't know whose.
Yeah, but the tooth fairy also brought me this one of my favorite books as a child. It was called Who Pooped in the Park, and it was a book on how to identify animals based on their poop.
So you
That was one of
swallowed
the
that
first
tooth,
things-
so you gotta go to the park and figure it out.
Were humans included? Because that's
No.
like 90% of it in the
Wait,
modern
yes
age.
they were. Yes they were.
Was there
should
toilet
be.
paper?
Knowledge is power.
I'm not allowed to talk about my family anymore, so.
Do any of you have kids? we're on a little
Fuck
tangent.
no.
Tony has grandkids. I have a
Yes.
9-year-old. Tony, when did you tell your kids that there was no Santa?
At 2.
At 2.
It's like, see,
I was
this
looking
gift-
for advice.
You're gonna give this gift to your cousin because I can't afford
This is
you.
what this tangent was for.
In this moment, you are Santa.
No, he's fucking Krampus.
I hated Christmas, first of all. I really hated it. Second of all, usually around 6 or 7, they'd figure it out.
My daughter's.
I never said it. They just come home and like, Santa's not real. And I was like, well, it's about damn time.
Oh, thank God I didn't have to tell you.
No more presents for you, you dumb shit.
Try being a poor dad and being like, does my daughter have gifts from dad or Santa?
This Santa.
I spent
It's
more
Santa.
money on my dog's Christmas presents this year than my boyfriend's or anyone else's.
Yeah, fuck that. Feed it, give the dog. Yes.
Santa works in mysterious ways.
Shout out to my dog Abby.
PIMP. Meet the newest.
This is why it's so awesome.
Yeah, the separation of podcast and state. Meet the newest and youngest stars, the National Western Stock Show.
No.
Oh, the Cowboy Bar.
Don't you work there?
Yeah, I worked at the stock show this year for.
So did Tony. He was one of the muttons they had to bust.
I,
The stars? The story?
yeah, tell us about this.
Oh no, I love the Cowboy Bar because there's cowgirls all over there.
That's it?
No, but I love bull riding because the bulls always win. It's fucking awesome. The mutton chopping.
Not in
What
Spain.
the fuck are those parents thinking? Like, let's put my 5-year-old on the back of a fucking sheep and see if it fucking gets brain damage.
My sibling was
It's the
really
same-
good at mutton busting.
It's like throwing your infant into a pool and then realizing they're good at it.
The Michael Phelps story.
Yeah.
It doesn't usually work out
Why
that
my
way.
older brother does not take showers. Got thrown in a pool and it was not so good. Mumbling again. So is that it or is there more? I don't know, the stock show's
I
kind
find
of
it hard to
crazy
believe that's the
bird.
only thing that happened in Denver in the last.
Yo,
what is it?
I always vote
there's
for
times
the
where we'll
animal.
go like a month and it's like the same thing that happened a month ago.
Oh
There's
my God.
one more.
One more.
Yep.
Maybe go to the crime section. Might be more interesting.
No.
You know, we're supposed to talk
I
about
have
the
Supposed to
no
be
acknowledgement
positive
of
things.
anything that is
Our
happening
mayor
around
died last
these parts.
night. I think we're
As
all
a fan
right.
of true crime, I mean,
Our mayor died?
But there had been
No,
signs.
but
Oh my God. I had no idea.
I am not
Podcasts
I
live
love
here.
my mayor right now.
Okay. We're not. What?
separation of
He said
podcast
that
and
the
state.
mayor died, and I believed him.
The mayor?
He's not dead. He's still alive.
She said,
The
you
mayor's
said,
seen bears?
You said it like
No.
something about death, and I go,
I know what he-
well,
I
at
know what he's
least
talking about.
If the mayor died, but she heard
McCheese
the
died?
mayor died.
No. Oscar Mayer.
It's all recorded. Don't worry. It won't get edited.
Like Sandals, Jamaica. Also sponsored.
I can't believe we have like 5 themes this week. It's insane. Been a good week.
Tony normally has 5 things every week. Yeah. All right. Arvada Record Store expanding after 34 years thanks to a resurgence in vinyl.
Is this the
Just in
cherry
time for me to
place?
stop fucking going because they're $40 a piece now. It's insane.
Yeah.
Who can afford that?
The trick is hang outside, and then when people
I
walk
like
out, you're like,
hearing
hey, give me that.
I just inherited a record collection that's supposed to be worth like
A lot of things.
$35,000.
Like,
insane.
it's unfortunate
Where do you live?
in the hood.
Next
He
to the
lives
gangsters
here.
with the guns.
Yeah.
He lives here.
Truly.
Yeah, he has a lot of cool shit, but
I think
Yeah.
we played in front of that record store.
Yeah, if
The
it's the one I'm thinking of in
cherry
Old Town.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, Electric Cherry?
Yeah,
I
that's
played a
cherry.
record store. It was fun.
it's black and red.
Oh, Black and Red. Yeah.
Oh, that one's so
No
good. I
idea.
love that one.
No
I've been going
idea.
there since I was a teenager.
Same.
It's a black and white motion picture. Sorry.
Get it right.
We are
It's
supposed
awesome.
to wear red though, when none
Did
of us
they
have the
get
right
it?
color.
Did they get
Only
a
Josh
grant of
was-
There's red on his
$270,000?
There's red on my guitar. I don't have to wear red.
I'm wearing red shoes.
Well, you got black. Black is good too. So
I didn't
the
know we
rule
were going to
is
be
I
on
wore red
camera.
underwear.
black, white, or red.
I'm just
Feel
wearing
That's
this
the rule.
T-shirt that I got.
It looks great.
We have a
Oh,
Leather
yes.
Daddy karaoke party in like 20 minutes.
Okay.
So I have a wig that you guys saw me comb.
I did see. I
We
was
were very
really,
I
really
mean, yeah, you were
confused as to
combing
what
it for
that
like
was.
20 minutes.
But there had been signs.
We saw that.
He just loves wearing
The biggest distraction while on
wigs.
That was
I
a little
apologize.
distracting.
I apologize for that.
It's okay. You made it quite beautiful.
I try to make it fast. You got to start at the fucking tips and go up. It's like a fucking obnoxious ass thing. But
I wouldn't know.
That sounds like he's trying to cover up for something.
no, Tony
I
used
don't
to
know anything about
wear
that.
a raspberry toupee.
So shit.
The kind you find at a secondhand store.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I literally
Probably shouldn't
have a
say that.
picture of a guy wearing a toupee the other day. I had to take a picture of him secretly. I got to show you after this. You're going to laugh your ass
He's
off.
got hair blood plugs.
Worst toupee ever.
So like make him look like a horse, or
It's like one of
With
those
a
weird
W.
tails, one of those furry tails.
Oh, I'll dig it out.
And then
Don't you
Mark
worry.
comes along and pulls it out.
So now it's the last part, right?
Yep.
And you guys can ask us a question. Me or Truffs, any question you want to ask. And because we've been asking you questions all night. So we will try to answer them as honest as we can.
Within the parameters of
law-abiding and like
limitations.
yes, just like trademark. So you guys want to ask us a question? Any question? Feel free.
You only have 91 days to file restitution.
What was it like during COVID? You guys like briefly like, hey, we're done. But then you guys got crowdfunded to come back. Was that like super, super scary? Or were you like, hey, we're going to come back? Or were you just like, fuck, it's over?
Well, just a quick intro. That's why Tony started doing this podcast. Because at the end of it, I did a comedy show here for charity, right? And we sold 15 tickets. You know, so there's like two people.
Everybody had to be like 6 feet apart.
Yeah, they were. But he started the podcast on Sunday, just to kind of highlight what we just did, the good things going on in Denver.
We're going to talk
But
about the good things. This bar was boarded up. Riots were going on. We had no idea. We thought COVID were like, oh, they're going to shut us down for like a month until this flu passes over. Like, you know, normally everybody gets the flu and a month later it's all gone, right? And that was not the case, so.
I thought the exact same thing.
We had a GoFundMe and it was awesome, except for I had to pay the taxes.
the
on
taxes.
It. I made $9,000 that year and paid $2,000 in taxes. Welcome to being a business owner.
Well, the LA fires, all those people with GoFundMe's, imagine how much that CEO is making.
Feels
so good.
They take a
Mangione
third,
references.
and then you don't realize the leftover. You have to pay full taxes on it. So it's like,
That's wild.
but you know what?
Free Luigi.
It was able to keep our employees going for a little bit. We painted the place, and we were all like, I don't know, Demi's not here, but we were ready to sell underwear and dirty underwear. And I know a couple
used dirty
bartenders that did like porn in their house or whatever you had to do to stay alive.
What I'm envisioning is like the riots are outside and like you guys are in here with like the power's gone. You're just like here with the candle lights on. You're like almost like a zombie apocalypse. Like, I don't know, guys. Maybe this is it.
True.
Protect the underwear.
Drinking yourselves to death.
Well, I just remember
A chip
like
from the disco ball
they
outlet.
decided to.
The disco ball's the only thing that's working.
There was like 50,
Very dancy
Without
zombie
a grant.
apocalypse.
50 kids decided we're going to take over the police station. They got on Facebook. So they started going down Colfax, and they were heading right down, like, toward Tier. And there's a cop comes in, he's like, hey, you better move your cars because there's a riot coming. And we're looking up the street. And right at Park Avenue, all these kids were marching and busting out windows and everything, and the cops circled them and arrested all of them. But it was 2 blocks from here, and we could have literally. We had our windows boarded up, though. It was just crazy. It was a crazy time, wasn't it? It was like sad. I drank a lot of booze.
I don't blame you. I did the same thing. Stuck in my house. I was actually one of the first people to get COVID, and I just sat in my house for 2 weeks just drinking myself.
Dude, I got COVID too.
Hey, don't brag.
Fucked up.
I did so many items. I was just so sweaty at 4:30 in the morning, like playing Gary Newman on the keyboard, like watching Russian hockey to pay my rent, listening to fucking Coast to Coast.
I was so missing music. I started watching musicals like Gone with the Wind and like
Memories all alone.
We all lost our minds. I made bread.
I beat Breath of the Wild.
I made some sourdough.
It's a good game.
What was I thinking?
Next question.
Anybody?
Put him on the spot.
Oh,
How do I get out of this chicken shit outfit? No? Aliens? You don't know what movie I'm talking about?
I don't have my sunglasses.
Oh.
What did you ask?
It's a quote from Aliens, but nobody knows it, so move swiftly on, please. Somebody ask a question.
I wanted to hang out in the air like a bad fart.
Yikes.
Rory, fire away.
Mission accomplished.
Shot of tequila on this one.
What makes a band stand out to you when they play here? And like, what is something that you look for in bands when you're inviting them back?
And what makes a shitty band?
I'm gonna. So Tony's been doing this a lot longer, so I'm gonna give my amateur opinion. Essentially, it's like, are they nice?
The bare minimum.
You know, it's like personality above other things. Are they decent musicians, or are they bullshitting everybody, including themselves? Are they? And then what happens? Like, I'm gonna say at the end of like the scaling is like, are they bringing people? You know what I mean? We're not gonna give somebody a residency on a Friday if they're not bringing anybody, but we will book you constantly on like a Thursday opener spot. You know, so it's not necessarily like a negative thing, but we normally look like, do you come in and introduce yourself to the people working here? Do you like recognize all the situation without being a fucking dick? Because there's a lot of people that come in here like, imagine working a Friday shift, right? You don't know the out-of-state band, and then they just come in and start setting up. You know, it's obviously, it starts off on an awkward foot, and then the rules about like no sound until 9 because we pay a DJ. The first level is communication. So if you come in being cool, if you're like, hey, we're underage, like 3 of us are 22, 1 of us is 20, like communication and personality goes above a lot of other things. But also if you're like a shit band, we're not gonna
real.
Yeah.
All right, number 1. Are you in tune?
That's what's important.
Yes, I tune between songs.
Oh my God, there's nothing worse than like, dude, you're not in tune. And the whole bar knows it. I mean, people don't even know music are like, hey, where's my back? Like, but I look for energy. You know, I see bands, they get up here and they just don't do anything, just stand around and just like
expect everybody else to just like feel what they think is happening.
I really liked one of your last songs. You had this like, you guys were all bending notes at the same time. That was super cool. See, that's kind of like, and the breaks. And
thank you.
You guys work hard on that, you know. Bands are just, I don't know, cheesy rock.
Yeah,
that's us.
I like a big variety of music and
literally everything.
But most of the time, you know right away. I'll just be like, my head will perk up, like, oh, hey, what are these guys doing? Like tonight, you guys were awesome.
Yeah. Tony doesn't like a lot of like.
I never ever say that.
Heavy electronic music, you know, like dark wave, you know, vaporwave. That's not his shit. So if you're actually playing like instruments and stuff, and you're not just like some normality, it normally sticks out a lot more than just, you know.
Yeah, like
a exactly. Being able to see your pedal board.
I think that was me dive bombing my Strat, which I completely knocked out of tune.
But also the fact like
dedicated.
your original
you come
sound.
in to like see shows and stuff. Like,
Oh, yeah, for
the
sure.
fact that you're just like support the venue is like people recognize that. Outside myself, outside Tony, outside everybody, even Ryan, Alex. There's multiple people that are like, no, like that motherfucker comes in all the time. They support us, so like fucking let's get them up.
Originality.
So, yeah,
That helps.
even if it's a cover band.
Actually came in here one night and I was a little toasty and I thought Sunrise Drive was playing and I think you were like at the bar and like I was like and I turned to you, I'm like, when is Sunrise Drive playing? And you're like, this is a burlesque show. I was like,
Hey, you picked a better night.
guess I'm
You're
staying.
in, you're safe, stay.
I bought a t-shirt and hung out. Speaking of which, when are those t-shirts coming back, by the way?
I don't know.
Do you have a T-shirt person?
No,
Who's
the
not gonna,
t-shirts
like-
are coming out. Actually, I have t-shirts being printed.
Are they the blue? The blue is way cooler than the brown.
These are going to be tan. I don't know.
Well, I need to buy another one. I love those shirts.
We've been having a hard time because I do not want to go, print some national people printing them. So I'm trying to stay local. And the last guy was, he was local.
He was a local person.
But I just found a new guy, and we should have shirts hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I think we're
He's
between
working
shirt
on a
people.
design. I gave him the
We haven't ordered
designs.
shirts in forever.
Yep.
You got shirts? I got your shirt on.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Hey, thanks.
Thank you.
I
Shameless
need to pay
self-promotion.
for it, by the way.
We actually have a bunch of construction merch coming out, considering what the fuck is about to happen.
Oh, we should do that.
Some
That's
high-vis
a
vests.
Fucking
You
great
should.
idea.
Like a
Yeah.
Lions Lair vest.
Yeah,
Right.
a hard hat.
vest.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah, some more.
How about a
big-
cone?
Yeah.
Well, we should get
Show
a cup that's shaped like a construction cone.
Yeah.
Maybe just like plug up the bottom. Just a whole like, hey, you need 3 people to get this construction cone.
Yeah.
I was just
Can we
saying,
see your
like,
permit?
don't let us go under and like have like somebody going under the sidewalk or something.
No,
like
because there's a bunch of mercury down there because of the World War.
Oh, I forgot about
Yikes.
that. Oh yeah, that was like I watched them tear up Downing and Corona and Emerson and Washington down through Capitol Hill. And when you see people in hazmat suits, you're like, why are they tearing up the street that I kind of live by?
Roll up your windows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Roll 'em up.
definitely.
Vacation.
All I ever wanted. Next question.
Is there?
I think it's. Wait, did you ask one? Oh yeah, you go, Tony. Just ask a
Corey looks
question.
like-
Is it
Corey
with
looks
an
like
I,
Sean
an
has
E, or a
Corey, you got
Y?
I
It's
don't
with a
think
fucking
Tony
Y.
doesn't.
Just
All
normal.
right, you go.
Do you have one, Tony?
Tony doesn't
No,
seem ready.
go on ahead. Yeah, I'm not ready.
Who's like top 3 favorite people you've seen play here?
You don't have to say us because we know it's not us.
Yeah, besides
would
us,
say-
like
Way to make it weird.
The Reverend Lord, he played her for a weekend.
Oh, that was cool.
Sick.
And then in the middle, it was a Saturday, and they wanted to practice because they were doing a Christmas album. And I'm like, well, I got my kids and stuff. He's like, no, that's cool. So just bring them down. I was like, yeah, we'll lock the door, everything. You guys do whatever you want. I'll just never forget 2 things. One, he sets up, and he's like, can I get a Jaeger? And I'm like, sure. And I hand him a shot of Jaeger, and he's like, but can I get that in a pint glass? And dude, he played that show that night, and I was like, but also my kids were here, and my youngest kid yelled out, steak song. And he went like, I haven't played that song in 20 years, but I'll play it for you. And I thought it was pretty cool. You know, steak. I don't know if you've ever listened to Reverend Horny, but
Yeah, I saw him at the Blackbird like forever ago, but yeah, he puts on a show. He's
yeah,
good.
he does. He don't fuck around.
I'm gonna say my friend Allison because I booked him on a secret because High Plains comedy happens every year.
Oh my God! Yeah,
And then
that's
Allison
awesome.
came and started talking shit about like blah 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 blah. And then because this place is supposedly haunted, you know, like oh yeah, keep it going for the ghosts.
Bring it on, ghosts.
But then the Pac-Man machine started playing by itself, so that was fucking sick. And then one time I booked this comedian who came in and got everybody to take his shoes off, being like a hypnotist. And then that was fucking sick. But Mike Watt played from the Minutemen.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that was fucking sick.
The Blasters.
What's up?
The Blasters were like my favorite band when I was a kid. And when they played here, I was in awe. And you probably never heard of the Blasters, but they were from the 80s, like Stray Cats, stuff like that. They were kind of rockabilly.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I cannot believe they're playing in my fucking bar. You guys come so far down. Like you were playing Red Rocks last night.
Yeah.
I should say. You still arrive right now. I'm sorry.
You're on.
Next question.
I have a question now. Would you please explain more about this place being haunted? Yeah. I'm curious
Yes.
now.
May I?
Mark's here.
Is there a house Ouija board?
Hey, Mark.
Mark, make
What's
your way
the name
over
of the
here.
ghost?
So let me
What's the
set
name
the
of the
scene.
ghost?
May I? So
Maynard?
Hey, everybody, shut the fuck up.
Like Tool Maynard?
No, Leonard.
Hey.
I love that bar fell silent. There's a ghost?
I said, Mark, come over here while I answer
Was
the
that
question.
the ghost walking out the door?
Everybody, let me answer the question. Thorne also owns the place, but he's mad that I didn't put
Are you
any
guys
shelves
okay?
up.
Are you guys
No,
okay?
he's ready to fire me.
He can't fire you. He hasn't hired you yet.
But, so.
Did you guys fire the ghost?
No.
Yeah, can you fire a ghost?
No, but Mark met the ghost. So
Leonard.
Leonard, what was his last name? You remember, like... No, it was like,
Leonard Skinner?
I thought he was...
He's
Leonard
as free
Skinner.
as a bird.
Well, turns out he was Italian, right?
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Mark. He said the name of the guy. And then me
Leonard.
and Demi were in here. We looked up the name, just like, well, let's see. Like, turns out that this next door used to be the Aladdin Theater. It said his name and that he was shot in an alcohol establishment near the Aladdin Theater and died in the parking lot of the Aladdin Theater.
Yikes.
So it kind of had to be here. And it's just like kind of crazy because it's like in the 60s. We called him Pimp Ghost because he looked like he was from the 40s and he had like a zoot. Comes out of the bathroom, looks like just somebody like, and then all of a sudden he just disappears. He's gone through me once, did not like that. I was writing checks in here, right where Mark's sitting over there, and all of a sudden I feel this cold wind, the door opens, everything. I'm just like, all right, dude, like we're
For
gonna
a
get
second,
along.
did you feel like a pimp in that moment?
I felt like running out of my own bar. Like,
His name's Leonard McAdoo.
well, we call him Leon.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, Leonard McAdoo, that's it.
Leonard, can you please make yourself known?
Please don't do that. Like,
You're gonna aggravate him.
I'm asking
we had
nicely.
a shaman one time on the podcast, and he saged the whole place, and then Demi and I were here, and we were standing there, right, over there, and we just kept hearing shit move around in the back room, like both of us, right?
All of us.
So I'm like, fuck it. I go back there. I'm like, hey, what's up, fool? And I see a shadow move by the door.
Then he smacked you like a bitch.
No, well, that would be weird. But no, I saw a shadow move by the
He was
door.
like that.
I thought it was Demi fucking with me, and I ripped open the back door right there. I
Right.
was like, ha! And Demi was standing over there, and I was like, oh, okay, let's get the fuck up out of here.
Oh my God! There it is!
Did Leonard just turn this light?
Oh my God!
Leonard the lights.
You're here. Blink twice. Oh my God! Oh!
You had a shaman here, and that's not very good
No.
public relations
No,
for
and
that
here's the thing,
shaman.
right? He sages, all the
He
herbs.
saged all of this in the bathroom because the bathroom used to not
office.
exist. That wall used to not exist, and there was somebody who passed away next door over a drug overdose. Who was a younger lady because the Hell's Angels Club, and then Leonard. So it's like a tandem thing, allegedly.
Allegedly.
But if you
They
look at
always
it,
come
got a
out of
little
that
crush.
no. there's like a third ghost hypothetically that's protecting.
Okay, I
the
gotta see
one
all
from
these
the-
ghosts. I gotta be
We have
here.
a porthole to hell, and it starts in the office.
Because from the mercury from Ghostbusters 2 flowing under us.
How does their band sound?
That could actually make perfect sense.
Can you imagine living here and just hearing all the shitty bands and be like, oh, you're just stuck here?
Yeah, you're just a ghost. It's like, come on, what?
Guy named
Apparition?
Leonard.
Guy named
McAdoo.
Leonard, apparition.
If he's
Dude,
it's all Demi's fault. It's like,
I'm gonna say
who's
right now,
booking
like,
these
there's,
shitty fucking
there's been,
bands?
I have to see this ghost. I have to.
No.
I want to so badly.
One of the people here, they're like, oh, what? One time we were closing down, they're like, oh, Leonard, what? You want to help us out or whatever? We're all sitting down there, and then the fucking, like, turnstile scrub brushes, they turned on with the water. You know, like,
I thought you'd be like, he started counting
The
the
old bar
drawers.
stools one time, me and Demi were in here, and they all started spinning. It was just
Yeah.
like-
shit falls. You know,
it's just like
Yikes.
bar stools just don't spin.
so
This place is haunted.
I love that.
We're looking to get the disco ball outlet fixed.
We are
come
gonna
right
work
in.
on that.
Can you fix the disco ball?
We used to have like put our key in the door to lock the door, and one day my keys were doing this, and I literally filmed it for 9 minutes. The keys never stopped moving. I was like, "Well, that's got to be the ghost, right?
Yeah.
I don't know."
Or
I'm
right
like,
above
is
a
the
water pipe.
jackhammering outside? No, nothing's going on.
all right. Next question.
Okay.
You're loving the question.
What's like the most profound thing a stranger in this establishment has said to you that you remember?
Said to me?
That's the guy. I don't know.
Most profound thing.
Like to my face or like to a police officer?
I just remember this old guy is like drunk as fucking hell. He comes in with an oxygen tank and he's just like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm like, dude, you gotta go outside. He's like, no. And he just dropped his pants and started peeing right there by the thing. And like, what do I do? You can't stop him. Like, it's the most profound thing. He was like, nope.
I had somebody
learned something
I had
today.
I'll let
somebody,
it pay right here. And like, he's like an old guy. What am I gonna do? Like rip his oxygen? I'm gonna crank your oxygen.
I'm gonna fart in
You
it.
better stop peeing.
I had somebody come in and be like, hey, there's a lady wearing a bunch of fur taking a shit in the alley. And then literally 45 seconds later, I had a lady wearing a bunch of fur come in.
Brown streaks on the back of the fur coat.
Yeah.
Probably. Sounds like it'd be a good wife. Well, it's like getting peanut butter out of shag carpet, I would imagine.
I had somebody threaten me with a fake gun here one time.
Like an orange Han Solo gun from the 90s.
No, he
or
was like,
something.
oh, blah, 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 like behind his back. He's like, I have a gun. And then he reached at me, and then when I hit him, he got surprised, and then went down the street to the police station and picked me up out of a lineup.
I
Yeah.
was just thinking,
And then I had to talk to a detective. And I was like, well, I hit him on the fucking right-hand side of the face. And they're like, well, he has a black eye on the left-hand side of his face. Which means he gave himself a black eye trying to get me in trouble on the wrong side of the face.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's commitment.
Yeah.
I was just thinking,
Did
like,
he get any cash?
What?
Did he get any cash?
fuck no.
Fuck no.
We ain't
The
got no
detective
cash.
was like groaning. He's like,
I gotta say, one of the craziest things that ever fucking happened in this bar. There was somebody sitting by the waitress station there, and she had like a gallon of baby oil. And it jumped out of her purse, and like baby oil went bloop, 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 bloop. And it was just a little bit, and I was just like, hey, we should mop that up. It turned out like this is an ice skating ring for hours. We tried everything. We were throwing salt down. We were throwing kitty litter down. We were like Ajax, everything. And everybody's just like, we had to close down the bar for like 4 hours until we finally got to where it wasn't an ice skating. Like it made it all the way around the whole bar, everything. I don't know how it started over there. It just like we should have just like scooped it up there and been smart, but no, let's mop it. Like,
I'll leave my baby oil at home next time.
oh my God, that was the craziest.
No
thing.
glitter, no baby oil.
Like, sorry, sign out, baby oil spilled. Can I come in?
Yeah. Call us BP.
That's about it. Are we there? Well, one more.
Any other questions?
Looks like you were gonna say something, Connor. No.
That, you guys were awesome, man.
Any
Appreciate
shows coming up?
Oh yeah, shows,
Friday here.
This Friday?
This Friday.
They're
Hell
playing
yeah.
this
January
Friday.
21st.
Any
Two-peat.
like
With who?
album drops?
Yeah, we got an album hopefully coming out. What are you guys thinking? Like May or something? Hopefully.
Yeah.
We got to record 3 more songs.
2025.
We got 7 in our back
That's
pocket.
easy.
So we're hoping to release it in May. And 10-song album. Super excited. But yeah, we also recorded tonight, so we're going to try and release this as a live album. So
It'll be awesome.
Live at the Lair.
Where can we find that on your own personal stuff?
Oh, you can find us basically anywhere you stream music. We're on Twitter.
Spotify.
Yeah,
YouTube.
Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple
Red
Music,
Note.
all that stuff. Yeah, sure.
At
We're working
Black.
on
hope
it.
so.
All 15 notes?
I hope so.
It's at Black White Motion Picture.
Yes.
That's the handle.
We're on,
Instagram.
Instagram, Facebook.
Oh,
We're on.
Facebook.
I tried to establish a LinkedIn at one point in time, just as a joke. I got lazy with it, never finished it.
We do have a TikTok.
Oh yeah, we have TikTok too for the next 90 days.
We got a chance to TikTok it. But you guys are gonna have a great recording because Pat Nagel back there does a fucking amazing
Thank you.
job.
Thanks,
Thank you so
Pat.
much.
He worked his ass off tonight for you guys, which I thought he had a tape measure out, measuring how far the mics are from the drum set.
My mom commented on that, and she's just
Who
like,
does that?
she's like, "Why is there a tape measure?" I'm like,
He's
"Cause it
committed.
matters. That's why."
It matters because he puts a lot of
Because he
pride in
cares.
it,
Because he
and
cares about phase issues.
I never give him enough props. So tonight, I really want to give Patrick Nagel big, huge props.
Thank you, Patrick.
Because he's really, I mean, I've just been giving him money. I don't know. I just keep giving him money. But we now have
He's
2
doing great.
cameras.
Just give him
We
money. He
got-
shows up whenever,
We
leaves
got 2
whenever.
cameras and everything. Like the last few episodes I've watched have been amazing. So
Hell
a
yeah.
couple weeks, you'll see the edited down one. And if it sucks, Pat Nagel. Lions Lair.
Not to be confused with the very.
What?
Oh, it's on me.
Who's here for karaoke? Crazy.
Asher's been waiting for like 4 hours for karaoke to start.
No.
Trooper.
No, he's
Is
fine.
it
He's playing
Nagel
NBA Jam.
instead of Nagel?
Not to be confused.
Wait,
I
what's the name?
apologize.
Nagel.
I can't
It's
hear.
Nagel.
That's on me.
Yeah.
Hey, I apologize. All I
Is
heard
it
was
Nagel?
hey.
Do you think you're
Nagel.
related?
I don't, Patrick, my last name is Nagel too.
No.
Yeah!
Not to be
It's
confused with
separate
the
Nagels,
artists who do the
though.
We say
hairstyling.
Nagel.
He's a Nagel. You're a Nagel.
Oh, I'll fight you. Nagel's better.
Oh, let's. I got 2-1 on her. I'm not an idiot. I've seen you. I've seen your butt crack. Okay. Are we done?
Okay.
I think we're officially done. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for
guys
having
so
us.
much for
Thank
having
you,
us.
Lions Lair.
Been
So
super
much.
fun.
He's going to send us out.
Thank you.
That was episode 19 of Laxin Lair with your host
Thank you.
and the other host
Chuck Gibson.
and our very special guest this evening.
BWMP, Black and White Motion Picture.
So awesome. You guys were awesome, man. Thank
This
you so
episode
much.
is sponsored
you.
by Demi's Animal Rescue, Cat Lodge Thrift Store, and Electric Grenade Photography.
Awesome.
I don't even understand what you said.
He slows it down in
Is
post.
Welcome to Talk About
Rock over London. Rock on Chicago.
is currently
Kodak, it's in the
high
moment.
on Oxycontin, and we're posting in the ocean.